Hey guys, what's up? Nervous? I am. Anyways, not really. I've got my QB 7822 cal out. It is the fastest gun I have for under 500, and it's also the most accurate gun that I own in my entire collection. And yesterday I was sniping ninja figurines off, and I was doing a really awesome job. I mean, that's like really tight quarters, knocking the whole back row out first and then the front, and just getting on the edge of a kneecap and go boom, you know. So I figured, you know, put the smallest little target hole into this deer silhouette, whatever you want to call it, and let's see if I can hit it in the first shot. So the pellets I'm using are the ones that the QB is set up for, and that is the Predator Polymag. These are the rifle ones, so they're the longer ones, and they're 16 grain. So we're gonna see if I can do this on the first shot or not. And we're out at about 18 yards. So this is gonna be interesting. Ooh, just a hair down. And I got a little bit of a wind picking up too, which is not going to help matters. Okay, so we're a little off to the right. This is a challenge. I like a challenge, and I'm curious to see how many shots it'll take me, because that is a really small hole to try and make it through. Nice! So, third one's a charm. And then we just yank the cord, and we're back up again. Well, 3 shots ain't bad. At least we know. See if I can do it again without having to take 3 shots. Well, I shot the hole out. It fell off. I guess they need a little bit like a magnet or something behind that to hold it there. Alright, let's try this again. We got a wind coming to my back and off to the side. Nice! So it works really well. I'm pretty impressed with this target. So if you really want a challenge, put that smallest plate in, and it's a real challenge. There we go. And we knock the plate off again. Anyway, you get the idea. Let me just go reset that and we'll talk about it. Okay, so being all steel construction, I think it's going to be really good quality, especially in the long haul. And being that they've made the thing all black except for the yellow spoon in the back that you actually hit, it'd be easy to touch up the paint. Now, I don't leave my targets outside in the weather and stuff, so you know, I take them in. So this thing will last me for, forever. Probably have to repaint it once or twice. Now I will leave the link in the video description below to Hero Outdoors. Now, if you watched my unboxing video, I had a couple of complaints about them. I'm not saying to not do business with them, but just be aware that it could be an extensively long wait before they ship your stuff out, because they don't actually tell you on the website if it's in stock at the store. Now, this is an Oshawa company in Ontario, and they have a storefront, plus you order online. And when I was even calling into the store, I had difficulties getting a hold of them to begin with, but when I finally did, I was supposed to get an update the same day on my order. That didn't happen. It took me over a week finally to get a hold of them again, and that was just the other day to find out what was going on with the refund they owed me on the Sig Sauer trap. You know, because it is, I ordered the stuff May 8th, and this is like, what, the 18th, of June, but they don't tell you anyways on their website if the stuff is actually even in stock or not. So you could add stuff to cart and not even know it. So my advice is, if you're going to order from these guys, because I may order from them again, but next time I'm going to call them first and say, do you have this in stock at your shipping location right now? Because if not, I'm not going to order. You know, otherwise, if it is, yes, and then, you know, but that'll also depend on how much wait time they're going to get me, because they've already changed their wait time a few times, you know, and it's just getting ridiculous. Other companies that are bigger or even smaller than them are shipping stuff out like boom, 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 and I'm getting my stuff like rather rapidly. But I went through them because Amazon was out of stock on this one, and I could have gotten free shipping with Amazon. But I also needed targets, which were also out of stock on Amazon. And the Sig Sauer thing was really overpriced on Amazon compared to Hero. I still have not gotten the Sig Sauer, but I'm not going to be getting it. I haven't gotten the money in my account yet, but they did submit a refund. So I'm just waiting for that money to show up. And I'll have to, you know, wait it out and see if I can find a better deal on Amazon on that target. I want something different than the ducks and the bison. I don't want to buy another one, you know, that's got the same figurines to shoot at. I want something different, of course. But I'm definitely going to get a couple more of these resetting targets. They have squirrels, they've got crows, apparently rabbits, and so I'm going to get a few more of these because these are fun. And you know, with a hole that's that tiny, I mean, it's really small, and even at a distance zoomed in, I'm only at 7.5 times zoom out of 12 on my scope, and that is still like looking pretty small. Like, you know, you look at that yellow and it's not even the size of a dime that you're going after. Like, that's, well, I wouldn't say it's half the size of a dime, but it's pretty close, you know. Oh, I missed. So, you know, it's decent. It's a good trap. It's quality made. The cable they give you for this thing, the orange cord, it's probably pretty strong. I had to redo the knot though, because the knot was very poorly done at Umarex. And that is another complaint I have about Umarex. The only instructions are, look at the pretty picture on the box, and that's what your instructions are. So you have to take your best guess that you get it together correctly. I mean, it's really not that hard. It's kind of a common sense, no-brainer thing. But at the same time, there are people that actually authentically need to have an instruction paper in front of them to assemble stuff. And the fact that Umarex is not supplying that is actually a bad thing. So they should actually be supplying it. There is 150 feet of cable with this, you know, and I'm out, well, I'm not quite at 50 feet, but, you know, there's another 100 plus to go. I don't think I'll be shooting at super long ranges, but certainly, you know, 18 yards is pretty good. I might try this out probably about 50 yards and see how good I do, but I'll have to put a larger circle in there, I think, because I don't think at 50 yards I'm going to be able to knock that down, at least not without a few shots. But the center pieces, I think, could use like a neodymium magnet to hold them down in place, because if you hit it one too many times the wrong way, of course, it bounces right out of the thing. and then you're doing the walk of shame to put it back in. So that needs to have a slight improvement there. I think as far as the design goes, is a better way to have those things stay in there, so that you're not doing the walk of shame. But other than that, it is a very cool target. I really like it. Now, they say this is for 177 and 22 caliber. I would probably venture a guess as far as feet per second. It should have no problem handling PAL-rated air rifles, at least, and air pistols. I wouldn't recommend shooting a regular 22 caliber gun at it, but hey, if you want to try it, go ahead. I really don't think it'll go well, unless of course you're using CB shorts, because CB shorts only put out about 700 feet per second, so you could actually shoot a real firearm with CB shorts, and you would be just fine. But otherwise, any 22 caliber PAL rated air gun, non-PAL 22, 177 PAL rated. Now we're going to also have to test this out, which we'll do another day, because I need to get a scope for that gun, is to do this with 177 and see how we do the 177 gun for being able to, you know, knock this thing down in a non-PAL gun. Now most of my 177 rifles, they do run in the 490s consistently, so you know we're right close to that edge, right, for a non-PAL air gun. So we'll see how that works. But otherwise, I would definitely say, you know, whether you buy it from Hero or Amazon or your local gun shop, I think it's definitely worthwhile. Now, I would look at prices, obviously. Now, I had no idea that this was a Umarex thing. You know, I just saw the picture of it and what it was and a price, and I said, oh, okay, add to cart. So it was quite a bit of a surprise when it came in a Umarex box. But cool that they're making these things. I'll have to see what else they got. But otherwise, all in all, I would rate this trap probably somewhere around the neighborhood. And I have to really be good on this one. I'm going to say 4 1/4 out of 5. Now, the reason why I'm doing that is because absolutely nothing is perfect. There are no instructions whatsoever with this thing. You know, so that's kind of a baddie. And they do need a better way to hold those rings in, because we've already done the walk of shame a couple of times to go reset the ring back in there, and we shouldn't have to do that, you know. So that's where I'm at. But otherwise, it is definitely worthwhile. It's definitely worth buying. I'm not saying don't. I'm saying, but that's exactly where I would put it at. And where you buy it from is completely up to you, but I would shop around for the best price, not only for the main price tag, but also whether you have free shipping or shipping costs involved. How much is the shipping? Is it worth your while, or should you just go to another place? But you know, if it's out of stock everywhere else, but you find it somewhere, you might want it bad enough, then hey, you know, you're going to pay the price like the rest of us do. But that being said, that's what I got for you guys on this one. I like it. I think it's good. I can actually hit this thing with the QB. It took me a couple of shots the first time, but you know, I also have to find out where things are sitting with, you know, the little bit of wind we have, and that's really impressive. So I want to give you guys a real good close-up of the size of hole that's in that thing, and then we're out of here. So let me go grab it. So the hole in this thing is so small. I mean, I don't have big hands, but I can't even fit my pinky in there. So that's the size of hole we've got. So can you imagine how small that actually is? Even zoomed in at 7.5 times. I mean, it's still a small target to hit, and you've got to really concentrate for that yellow in the background, and your gun has got to be really lined up good. But that's a really super tiny hole. Like that's maybe, it might be twice the diameter of an average pencil, you know, if that, but it's definitely probably somewhere about Oh, easily half the size of a dime. I mean, that's probably only about a, I don't even think that's quite 3/8, you know, of an inch. That's a small hole. That's the smallest one in the whole box. So that's pretty cool. So let me know what you guys think. And hey, we'll definitely catch you on the next one. See ya.